Hey everyone, I'm Evan, and today we're going to be discussing children's fishing rods, specifically what to look for in child's fishing rod, and then what fishing rod to get if your child's looking at fishing. That can be a task finding what's going to be the best rod for your child, because there's so many rods in the market. If you go into Walmart or any kind of sporting goods store, you're going to see many rods geared toward children. But what's going to be the best rod for your child? The first one we're going to look at today is a Dock Demon. This is the spin cast. I believe it's about 30 inches long. This comes pre-spooled, so you don't have to worry about spooling line. You don't have to worry about what kind of line to get. This is going to be a good rod to start off with if your child is 3, 4, 5 years old and has never really fished much before. This will be easy for them. It's simple, just to use a push button and reel. Not a whole lot you have to worry about. It's going to be a shorter rod, so you're not going to have to worry about them holding a longer rod that's going to be hard to handle or hard to reel in. If your child's a little bit older, the same principles can apply. You can get a rod that's a little bit longer, that'll allow them to cast a little further, and then it's going to be a little bit more sensitive too, typically, than a shorter rod. So once your child has a little bit more practice and gets a little bit more comfortable with a rod like this, you might be wondering what to get next. Now there is an option to use one like this. This is a Zebco Dock Demon. They make the Dock Runner too. Shakespeare, it's basically the same thing. This rod's going to be another 6 inches longer, so it's going to cast a little bit better. And then it's an open face reel too, if your child's more comfortable with that. But the big downfall of these is just like some of the other children's rods, they're a little bit cheaper rod and reel, so the reel feels clunkier when compared to others. The rod's kind of insensitive since they're medium powered rods. My recommendation is actually to go with an ultralight, a smaller ultralight for a second rod. Whenever Daxton was starting fishing, he was using a Dock Demon, or it was a Zebco Dock Runner, for quite a while, and it ended up breaking on him because he used it so much. But after that, he was using an ultralight. This is just a 1000 series reel with a 4'8" ultralight rod. Now after Daxton had been using this rod and reel combo for a little while, we actually ended up getting him a Dock Demon for his birthday, and he was really excited about getting this because he heard some of the channels like the Outdoor Boys, how they would use this, and other ones. So he was excited to use it like what they were using. But he didn't hardly use this rod at all, because whenever you compare these rods, it's not as long as the other one, and it's not as sensitive either. So you can't cast a small bait as far, and the reel itself feels a lot clunkier. Now it's not really an apples to apples comparison. You're comparing a $15 combo. This reel alone, although it's not anywhere near expensive, it's about a $30 reel. So if you're wanting to spend a little bit more money, I would definitely suggest using an ultralight, and especially if you're not really catching that big of fish, if you're mostly catching more panfish and maybe some smaller bass. Definitely think about looking at an ultralight for a kid. It's a lot more fun for them to use. They can cast a lot further with it. It's more sensitive, much better to cast lighter baits with. So that has been my experience with helping a child fish for the first time, and then what rods I chose to get them and how it worked out for us. The 3 rods that I've had in this video, you can find these mostly anywhere. You can find them online, Walmart. You can find something like this rod and reel, Academy Sports, Bass Pro, Walmart probably has something like this. If you guys have any other questions about getting a child started fishing, what rod or reel to use, what baits to use, feel free to leave a comment. I'll try to answer all the comments. If you guys like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing and sticking around for more content in the future. We'll see you guys.